So Paul,
E3.
here we are again. Sunny climes of Crystal Palace with a pint of warm beer.
Yep.
For some reason.
Well, let's cut to the chase.
We're
What
talking about-
are we here for? We're here to talk about
Talk about E3, things we liked and maybe some things we didn't like. As you'll know, one of the game chums is missing again. It's Dan's birthday today, so happy birthday, Dan.
Yay.
But you're not here.
Yeah.
He has given us a list of things he'd like to have spoken about if he was here, so we'll get to that at the end. But first, should we start with Microsoft's conference? Because that was the first.
Yeah, we're only going to talk about the big three, Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo.
You have to think about that. Who are those other guys?
Who are the other big three? Bethesda and Ubisoft. Well, we're not going to bother talking about more the PC one.
Or the EA one.
Or the EA
Just
one.
the platform holders.
Yeah. Well,
So Microsoft.
Let's start off the big one.
The
new Xbox
One X. What do you think of the name?
Some people don't like it. I kind of preferred Scorpio.
Yeah.
And think the Xbox One, I can see what they're trying to do there because it's like it just says Xbox, isn't it? But yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'm sure it'll grow over me over time. I wasn't a big fan of the Xbox One name, to be fair.
It kind of feels like what you'd name like an upgraded phone.
Yeah, I can't
Tag an X on the end of it. I don't mind it.
There was
It's fine.
there was a rumor it was going to be called the Xbox One Elite, but that just sounds like an upgrade of the Xbox One. This is a completely new machine.
There was also a rumour that it was going to be called the Xbox 10S, which is just awful.
That's just horrible.
Between those two choices, Xbox One X is much better.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, let's talk about what they were going on about. They were talking about the specs. It's the most powerful machine, apparently. It's going to be released.
Power.
More power. Good old Phil Spencer. Always makes me smile. His enthusiasm. Yeah, he's
What about the games though, Paul?
That's the most important
Showed
thing.
a lot of games.
Showed a lot of games. Apparently 22 exclusive.
Or some kind of exclusivity. They didn't really go into detail on whether that meant they were exclusive for a week or if they're exclusive for lifetime. But that'll be something we'll have to look at
Wait and
when
see.
more information comes out. But
Yeah.
they showed 42 games.
Yeah.
And sort of part way through I was just another trailer, another trailer, and then another trailer. I kind of wanted someone to come out on stage and have a bit of like, human interaction to break it up a bit.
I wanted to know about, what was it, Lucky Star? Is that platform
Oh,
with the
Lucky's,
fox?
Super Lucky's Tale.
Super Lucky. I quite like the look of that.
Yeah, I like a 3D platform,
Yeah.
so I'll keep an eye on that.
I
Apparently it was a VR game, and now they're sort of making a sort of semi-sequel. That is, I think, console exclusive
Yeah.
to the Xbox.
They need more games like that, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have Banjo and Conquer. They could have made their own 3D platform.
I know. That's another thing. I was going to say that to the end, but I think they didn't have that big wow in the conference. Like, I know Sony and Nintendo did, and we'll get into that later, but they didn't have
they
that
had-
big, like...
They had a couple
reveal.
of moments, reveals that made me sit up and go, oh shit. But they were third-party games, like the Metro game, Metro Exodus, looked fucking amazing.
It looked really good. I don't know if
then-
that was actual gameplay footage. Was that pre-rendered?
Apparently it was in engine, so
engine.
I think it's like a target for what they hope it will look like.
Uh-huh.
Digital Foundry guys were talking about it a little bit in the video, and they spoke to 4A Games and they said that's what they hope it's going to look like.
Yeah.
But they've sort of like tightened up some of the animations and
Yeah.
stuff. But they hope the game will basically look like that.
Okay.
If it does, that'll be something because that looked incredible.
Yeah, that did look good. That did look good.
And then at the end there was Anthem. That was the other thing that made me sit up and go, oh
Wow.
shit.
But again, third party, but
Again,
still...
yeah, third party multi-plat, but it still looked incredible.
Can you imagine how the internet will explode if they go exclusively on Xbox One? Everyone will lose their shit.
They would go
Even though like BioWare were at one point just making games for the original Xbox, which is another thing they dropped. Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, it's OG Xbox back compat.
Yeah.
Now that made me smile.
That was good. I mean, they're the only console that's doing that at the moment. Where you play all their old games.
I was live tweeting it at the time, the conference, and I think I actually tweeted it at the time. I just tweeted, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And I actually did say that
Yeah.
when the original boot screen came up on the screen behind Phil Spencer. I was just like, "Oh my god!" Because I mean, if you watch our channel a bit and you watch like pickups videos and stuff, you know me and Paul pick up a lot of OG Xbox games when we're out sort of game hunting.
Too many.
And we've played a few on the channel as well. So always got plans
We
to
got
play more.
we got
so-
more coming up. There are a few games that I really want to play, which we haven't really got around to it because our Life is Strange Let's Play. Check it out on our channel, motherfuckers. And other,
Especially the last one that just went up. It was
Yeah.
an amazing episode.
yeah, that was really good. I'm really enjoying it. If you've been watching our videos, you know that our absent chum Dan Bushell
It's not enjoyable.
not really into it, but fuck him, innit? We're
But anyway,
enjoying
to
it.
get
so
back on track.
Yeah, let's get back on track.
We're big OG Xbox fans, so we're really pleased
Yeah.
that's coming up. They've only said Crimson Skies so far, which is cool because I never actually played that, so I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those games that I always wanted to play.
You saw it at the London gaming market and you didn't get it.
I
did you?
didn't know because I was kind of trying to keep my spending.
I spent a shitload of money on there.
And I also bought. Is that where I bought a Japanese copy of Gun Valkyrie for like 20 quid? Yeah, that kind of cleaned me out, and I can't even play it.
And Star that Fantasy Star Online.
I also
Yeah.
can't play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they showed Crimson Skies. That's the only one they've mentioned so far. I think on the show floor they've shown Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah.
So those are the only two games we know about yet. I think Phil Spencer has actually said it will be a smaller catalogue of games than the 360 back compat, which kind of makes sense because that console's been dead for about 15 years now. So a lot of the developers are probably
Didn't they
defunct.
say like it will look better and it run better on the Xbox One?
Yeah, I wonder what that means. I don't know if they're going to be
Scaled
upping
up.
the internal resolution or not. I wouldn't have thought so, but
Yeah.
just have to wait and see. But
Let's see.
hopefully, I'm hoping a lot of the Sega games, hopefully Sega will support it.
and
They've
that-
supported 360 back compat.
Another issue that people is taking up is the price. $500
$450 quid.
That's a lot of
It's
money.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, the UK price is more than the Xbox One launched for, and that came with a Kinect. That was $430 at the
Remember,
launch.
this is the most powerful console.
It is, but I mean,
It's got some pretty
so was the
beefy
PS4.
hard drive, isn't it?
Right, but when the PS4 came out, that was the most powerful console, and that was, what was that, $399 here?
Yeah.
Or was it $349? I can't remember. I think it was
$349.
$349. So, yeah, I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah.
I want one, but it's a lot of money.
Might have to wait for it to come down a bit.
I probably won't.
You
Probably
probably
just try
won't.
and save money somehow.
Bankrupt himself.
Yeah.
Sell
I
his,
don't know where I'm going to
sell
get
his
the money
car.
from.
Sell
Sell
his
my
car.
car and a kidney.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sell Dan.
Sell that. Oh, yeah, we don't need that.
We don't need
Never
it.
hear anything.
Yeah.
I want one, but it's expensive.
Alright.
But was there anything else that you liked from that conference?
Yeah, stuff I already know, like Crackdown 3 and Sea of Thieves.
Oh,
looks
yeah,
good.
that's what I wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
actually. Crackdown. I thought it had a really bad showing.
I'd like the Terry Crews.
I like the Terry Crews thing. That
Yeah.
was awesome. I'm glad
Yeah.
he's in it.
Yeah.
But they just showed like a minute and a half trailer of
Yeah.
fast edit cuts of gameplay. I wanted them
Someone
it's
to come on stage
yeah,
and
and
play it.
actually play it and show
Yeah.
us what it's all about.
Yeah,
I mean,
I did.
Sea of Thieves showed really well.
Yeah.
That they gave that about 10 minutes
Yeah.
and actually played through like a quest, like going to an island and finding treasure and stuff.
Yeah, I like
excuse
that.
me if the camera's shaking, that might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed a good 10 minutes of that, and it looked really fun. I'm
Mm.
really looking forward to playing it.
Mm.
Should say I'm in the alpha testing. I still haven't
Yeah.
played it, but
One thing I have to bring up.
Crackdown 3, they really should have.
Bring up. I know
shown that better.
we're not talking about Ubisoft, but they do have their own pirate game. Was it Skull and Bones?
Skull and Bones.
So that'll be interesting to see them two go head to head. I think the Skull and Bones is cross-platform, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it's multi-platform.
Yeah, so
But it looks like the ship combat from Black Flag.
minus the assassin bullshit.
And maybe it doesn't look like much else, but they've only just announced it, so there might be a lot more in there. At the moment, I'm more excited for Sea of Thieves because that just looks really fun.
We have a friend who's fuck.
Oh, what is that in your beer?
There's a bit of flowers gone in my beer. Christ.
It all adds to the flavour.
We got a friend who comes from Cornwall, and he's a pirate.
He is a bit of a pirate.
Yeah. So this is to you, Jay. Arr. Okay. So what do we want to talk about next?
Well, Sony were off.
Sony.
Get a lot of wind here. I don't know if
Yeah.
our voices are getting blown away, but
We just had to speak louder.
yeah, we are sitting in a pub beer garden on a sunny day. So
people are
bear
looking
with
at us and thinking, look at these weirdos, they can't even afford a tripod. We just lashed together a really ghetto tripod.
Yeah, it's more of a unipod, really.
Yeah. So, the Sony conference was, what do you
Yeah.
think about that?
Fairly short as far as Sony goes. They usually
Yeah.
run for 2 hours.
So, did you,
Went for about an hour this time.
yeah, I thought Sony sort of lacked showmanship in this one particular conference. But enough about that. They
had Sean Layden come out a couple of times. He's not really. I don't know. He kind of looks like a hamster in a suit. Cruel to the man.
All right, let's talk about the games then.
The games.
What games did they do?
They showed a fair few games.
Yeah. Anything stand out for you?
I can't remember now what they showed.
Gone Days.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Yeah, Days Gone.
Zombie game.
When they showed that, I think they showed it for the first time last E3.
They showed it last E3, yeah.
And I thought, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the way it had hordes of zombies just cascading over everything. That was cool. So I was kind of interested in it, even though it was another sort of Sony story-based post-apocalyptic game, which they seem to be trading on a bit recently. This year, I was watching it, and the only thing I could think of was Tomb Raider reboot games. Showed him sneaking through bushes and stealth choking people, and then there were bodies hanging from trees and stuff, which reminded me of parts of Tomb Raider, the two Tomb Raider reboot games. So
The Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it was all I could think of while watching that was Tomb Biker.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like bits and pieces of other games I've already played. I'm sure it'd be a polished, fun game, but it's it didn't look it didn't scream out to me, you have to play this.
No. Okay. Number one, God of War.
God of War.
What do you think of God of War?
I'm not a fan of God of War.
I personally not a big fan of God of War. I've only played the first one.
I've played about half of the first one.
And people like that hack and slash, angry Kratos.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to get into the series. I actually own all of them.
Yeah.
And I played half the first one, maybe an hour of all the others, and they just don't grab me. They're just not for me. So
he's going to go and slaughter all the Norse gods now.
Yeah. There were some cool moments in that trailer, like when the world serpent was out on the sea, and it was fucking enormous.
That was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
That was
But again, that's another one that's sort of leaning on The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Like the dad and the kid relationship. And it seems
he's got
to be
a big beard now.
It seems like since The Last of Us became such a massive hit, Sony has been like, alright, we need the next Last of Us.
Yeah. Which is another thing. No Last of Us 2.
No Last of Us 2. No Last of Us 2. That was a disappointment for me because I'm looking forward to it.
I really like that game.
The Last of Us is amazing, so I kind of see why Sony would want the next Last of Us.
It nearly melted my PS3, but
it did.
It
sounded like a jet engine.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic game.
Fucking good game.
And I'm disappointed we didn't see any more of the second one. It leads me to think it's very, very early in development.
Uncharted. They got a new Uncharted game. No Nathan Drake.
No, it's sort of a DLC expansion. The Lost
10
Legacy.
hours though, apparently.
And they're selling it for 30 quid, I think, which is almost full game price. But it's got Chloe in it from Uncharted 2 and 3, and Nadine from Uncharted 4.
It's a bit like, remember Dragon Age? Remember that?
I remember Dragon Age.
Remember that expansion they had? It was on a separate disc. What was it? The
Awakening.
Awakening for the original one. I like that, so I've got high hopes for that. Yeah.
But no, I mean, Uncharted's always a good time.
Yeah.
DLC looked good.
Which I've only played the first one. I own all three.
All three? There are 5.
Yeah, I don't have a PS4 though.
Or a Vita.
Or a Vita, yeah. So
yeah, I've played all 5 of them. They're a good time. I enjoy them.
Good time, how about it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is there, Ross? What else? Sony conference was at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it was at 2 a.m. So
2 a.m. for us here in Old Blighty.
Yeah, so it was a bit...
I couldn't stay up for that. I just fell asleep.
I stayed up and I was glad it was only an hour long. So I say they used to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
And they used to pad that out with fucking Wonder Book and
all
TV shows and fucking talk about fucking fan letters that they'd probably written themselves beforehand.
Okay.
So I'm glad it was an hour long.
One thing before we go on to the big thing about Sony's conference, which was the new Monster Hunter game.
Oh yeah, Monster Hunter World. Yeah. What did you think of that?
I liked it. I thought it was quite good. Like, Monster Hunter's been coming out exclusively on the Nintendo system for the last 5 years.
While, yeah.
I mean, they had one on PSP.
PSP got quite a few, I think. Yeah, it was pretty big in Japan.
Which was a system I liked, but we didn't get much support over here in the West, did we?
Good system.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this one I think is more aimed at the West. And it is cross-platform. I think it's PC and both the consoles.
Both consoles.
Well, it's not coming out on Switch.
Oh, but it's coming out on Xbox.
Xbox and PS4.
Ooh,
and
I thought it was
PC.
exclusive to PS4. That's
No, it's multi-platform.
oh, that's good news, isn't it?
So yeah, it looks pretty fun. I think they're trying to sort of aim Monster Hunter at like the Destiny audience. But it looks fun.
Yeah.
I've never played a Monster Hunter game, but I might be tempted.
You might be tempted to get it. Okay, and the big mic drop of Sony's conference was.
Well, for me, it was Spider-Man. Seeing.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I see where
You
you're
see
going.
where I'm
Yeah.
going.
All right, let's lead with yours.
No, let's talk about.
Spider-Man was the last thing, so we'll go.
Alright, mic drop.
Because you're right, that is the mic drop. I just
My
forgot
drop
about
one for
it.
me was the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Which completely slipped my mind.
Yeah, I was expecting him to say the same thing, but he was completely something else. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that it just slipped out of my head. But yeah, that was a big surprise.
Yeah,
Proper full from the ground up remake of Shadow of the Colossus, which I've never played, so I guess I'll play that one now. I have the PS3 remaster.
I got it on the original game on PS2.
Alright, show off.
Yeah. Probably worth
You're
a bit
one
of
of the
money,
15 people that played it.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand everyone like wet their pants when they got announced. Because I was like, where were you fuckers when it first came out?
Well, I mean, there was quite a lot of interest behind The Last Guardian because it took so long to come out. So that's possibly introduced more people to Team Ico's games.
Because like then Team Ico got sort of mythical, like legendary status for not releasing the game for 15 years. They're like, fuck me, this must be amazing. And then it came out and everyone was like, yeah, it's okay.
I still haven't played it. It's on the to-do list, along with Shadow of the Colossus. But yeah, I'm glad they're remaking it. Like, as I say, I had the PS3 remaster, but I just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll play that one now.
Play that one. All right.
It looks like they've made it in the Last Guardian engine, so it looks quite a lot like the Last Guardian.
Yeah. Okay, and second mic drop, your mic drop was the.
Finally seeing proper Spider-Man gameplay, which looked, on the one hand, looked fucking awesome. On the other hand, looked very scripted, so I'm not sure how I'm leaning with that.
Yeah, and how much money did they have to pay to have that exclusive? I know Sony own the rights, but
There are some kind of rights around Spider-Man, don't there?
everyone was happy when Marvel got the movie rights back. So how did they get that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing, it's happening, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the combat looks very Arkham.
Yeah.
What worries me is quite how scripted, in particular, the combat looked. Because I'm thinking, are you just holding a direction, hitting square every now and then, or are you the one initiating all the jumps and the flips and the web shots and everything? Yeah. If you're the one doing all that, awesome, it'll be great. If it's just sort of pushing a direction or stick and pressing square every now and then, Spider-Man's just doing awesome shit, maybe not so much. I don't want it to be that scripted, but it's Insomniac. I loved Sunset Overdrive.
Should be a sequel.
There should be a sequel to Sunset
sequel.
Overdrive.
Fuck
Please
you
make
guys,
Sunset
people
Overdrive
didn't get
2.
a sequel. Didn't buy it originally.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Insomniac. They're a very good studio, so I'm optimistic about
So
it.
overall thoughts, like this Sony one? Do you think it's better than Xbox One?
I don't know. They each had some big games.
They're both kind of underwhelming.
Yeah,
in
they
a
were
way.
both a bit flat, really.
I think going back to Xbox, they should have announced a AAA game like Conkers or something like
They
that.
should have had a new big announcement from their first party studios.
Maybe a new IP or like a reviving one of their old IPs.
I mean, to go back to Microsoft for a sec, they did announce a sequel to Ori, which I can't believe I forgot about because I fucking adore the first game.
Sorry, we have been drinking.
Yeah, we have been drinking. But yeah, that was their one new announcement. Oh, coppers are about.
Cool, Copper's got a gun.
But yeah, that was their one new announcement rather than Forza 7, which everyone knew was going to happen.
Everyone knew.
And I do wish Microsoft had another big, proper AAA exclusive to announce, and Sony too, really.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really announce.
anything new.
Did they announce anything new at all? I don't think they did, apart from the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Maybe nothing that we've already known. I mean, they got that David Cage game, which I don't even know.
Yeah, everyone's seen that already.
Yeah, so
Detroit Become Human. Everyone's seen that.
Yeah.
We've seen God of War. We've seen Days Gone.
yeah.
I don't think they announced anything new apart from the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Maybe we're forgetting. So let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
So yeah, that was a Sony one.
Bit flat, really, similar to the Microsoft one, but Nintendo,
Yeah. Oh, Nintendo.
not quite flat.
Not quite. Very short though.
Very short, 25 minutes long.
25 minutes. And is it a thing now that Nintendo don't actually come to E3?
I've been doing that for 2-3 years, I think. They just have a direct, but then they have their Treehouse broadcasts afterwards, which they show like interviews and gameplay for
Yeah.
hours on end, which is pretty much them at E3 really. That's their main E3 presence. But but yeah, they had their little direct and they showed some cool shit.
I mean, let's go to Miyamoto. He came out for the Ubisoft conference, and he announced a collaboration with them, didn't he?
Yeah, Mario and Rabbids. I don't know what the game's actually
like an
called.
XCOM game, but
Yeah, like an XCOM
really
strategy
kiddie.
game with fucking Rabbids. I hate Rabbids.
I don't know.
I'm sure people that like strategy games will be happy with it. It seems to be quite well received. Apparently, people that like strategy games are saying it looks good. I'll give it a miss.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
It's not for you, Mr. Ross, is it?
But Nintendo's own direct, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh yeah. I mean, what did that come out on originally?
Well, the first Xenoblade Chronicles was Wii,
Wii.
and then Xenoblade Chronicles X was Wii U.
Yeah. What was on the 3DS?
That was a re-release of Xenoblade Chronicles. But I think they're all unrelated. I thought being called Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I thought it was a sequel, but I think it's actually a new story.
New protagonist with a northern accent.
With a northern accent, yeah. We got to look at the English dub this time.
Yeah.
Aeok and such. And it looks very anime, like way more than the last two. It looks like a Tales. Not for me. It looks like a Tales of game, and I love the Tales of game, so I'm cool with that. But there was like a northern guy, there was an American girl. It seems to be kind of all over the map when it comes to the voices. But it looks good.
Can I just say one thing about the Sony one? Going back, they had VR.
Oh yeah, they had some VR stuff. I kind of fell asleep from it.
Yeah, I'm not sold on VR at the moment. I mean, there was that Skyrim stuff. Skyrim's been done to death, but anyway, Nintendo, they don't have VR yet. They tried it once and it failed.
That's because it was just red and black and gave you a headache. But what else did Nintendo have? Other than the one obvious thing we'll get to last.
Oh, the big
What else did they have before we get to that?
Which made people
Who their pants.
Before
we get to that, what else did they have?
What else did they have? It was only 25 minutes, so there wasn't much. They had a Kirby game.
There was a Kirby game, there was a Yoshi game.
They
both looked fine.
Looked fun and dandy. I mean, like, with Nintendo, they have such a long history and people have such a big nostalgia with them. You know, they can say anything and people go crazy about it. So
if they bring back an old franchise, like say, when they brought back Star Fox a couple of years back, everyone lost their minds, and now everyone's forgotten it exists.
Yeah, I mean, everyone says Nintendo won this year's conference
for one big reason. And that reason was
Samus and Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 4. I lost my fucking mind.
They didn't actually show anything.
They just showed the title,
which could have been made in, like 10 minutes before on Photoshop.
I do wonder if they were like, you know what? Let's just say we're making a Metroid.
Yeah, we need something here. We're a bit thin on the ground.
Yeah, I lost my mind on in person and on Twitter. There's evidence on Twitter of me losing it.
Yeah, he did lose his mind on Twitter, and he was filling our Twitter feed. Game with Chums, Twitter feed.
Check it out.
With oh my god! I was just like,
I think I said, "Oh my shitting fucking god."
Yeah, look, I'm trying to make you kid friendly. We're talking about Nintendo.
We've been swearing this whole time.
It's Nintendo now. Nintendo don't do that. Okay, calm down.
I lost my mind. Metroid Prime, the first one, is one of my favourite games of all time.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the best games ever made.
What did they come out with? What was the consoles that came out? The Metroid games.
Well, the Prime games, 1 and 2 were on the GameCube, 3 was on the Wii.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. It's been 10 years since the last Prime game.
Who's the developer this time?
I don't know. It's not. Apparently, it's not Retro Studios, which does kind of temper my enthusiasm a little bit.
What last Metroid game did they do?
Metroid Prime 3 10 years ago, and then they've done the Donkey Kong Returns games recently.
Who did the Metroid Other M?
Other M was Team Ninja, so
which people didn't like.
I quite liked it. There were some story fumbles, but it was when it came to gameplay, I think it played well.
I own that game. I actually bought it for £5 brand new, but I never had a system to play it on. I
think it's a good game.
I recently bought a Wii, and I'm going to play it.
You bought a Wii?
A Wii, sorry, and I will play it. and if I don't like it, I'll break the disc in front of Rory.
I'll understand because a lot of people hate it. I don't, but a lot of people do.
All right, so that was the big
But yeah,
announcement.
it's being made by an internal team in Japan apparently. So I want to see gameplay and see where we are. But it's probably very, very early in development.
So, do you think that's enough for Nintendo to win E3? Because it's all about winning E3 now. It used to be about the games, man.
Seeing as nobody else announced anything big,
Yeah.
and they announced a sequel to one of my favourite games of all time, for me, yeah, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
The other two were a bit flat. They just kind of felt like typical mid-gen conferences where they're like, well, here's some games you've already seen. They're coming along well. And Nintendo are like, well, here's some games you've seen as well. They showed off ARMS again for some reason.
Which I'm not a big fan of.
Is it out now? I think it's out now.
Might be
Either it's out now or it's out this week.
I remember when we went to the Nintendo Switch launch in London, they had it there, and we just had no interest in playing it, did we?
Well, I would have given it a go, but no one else wanted to play it, so kind of gave it a miss.
You kind of look stupid though, don't you? So.
Well, possibly a little bit, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'd like to give it a go, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it. But yeah, they showed that again for some reason. They showed a bit of Splatoon 2, did they?
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Splatoon 2.
I think they must have done.
Yeah.
That's out later.
I played that. We played both 1 and 2. You own one, don't you?
Yeah. We played 2 at the launch event. And the last thing they showed, Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
It looks good. It also looks
fun.
fucking mad, using his hat to like possess people and things. Those people have lives.
Mario's OP. He can do anything.
Those people have lives, and he's
Yeah.
just like, I'm going to take you over
Before we end this lovely video,
to carry on drinking.
we want to talk about one thing,
Do we?
which was for the Ubisoft conference, which was Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, yeah. It's actually a thing that is happening.
It's a thing now.
People have been
Hopefully.
wondering for a while. There
But-
were rumours going around, I think last E3, that it was going to be a Nintendo exclusive. Pretty sure it's not
Not
now.
now. I'm a bit apprehensive because there was remember there was a Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailer once before, wasn't there?
There was.
Uh,
And that looked
Nothing
like it
happened.
was going to be a sequel. This
This
one,
is not a direct sequel.
no, this
is
one
it?
apparently takes place beforehand.
20 years before Jade was born.
I think they said something like that. I mean, it was a CGI trailer, and it looked really cool. Apart from so much swearing.
It's too much swearing.
I mean, we swear a lot.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. That threw me off.
Every third
Threw me
word
off.
was a swear.
Because the thing that made me think it was Beyond Good and Evil 2 was when we saw the piggy.
Yeah, the
I was
piggy
like,
guy at the beginning. He
is
looks
that-
like Paige.
Ah, what's going on here? And it obviously was. It had a smart aleck fucking monkey. So
With a British accent.
It was a British Cockney accent, which really sounds fake. We don't sound like that, do we? We're from London.
I don't know. You'll have to tell us in the comments
Tell
if
us
we sound
what we
like
sound like
the Beyond
monkeys.
Good and Evil monkey. But yeah, I mean, the trailer looked really good.
Yeah.
It's not gameplay. We'll have to
not
wait and see
gameplay.
what gameplay
So
looks
that's why
like.
I'm reserving my hype
Yeah,
towards
but
the actual gameplay.
it was very cool to see Michel Ancel actually come on stage. After the trailer played, he came on stage and was like visibly quite teary because he's been trying to get it made for so long. That was cool. That was probably my favourite moment of E3.
Yeah.
So yeah, glad that's happening.
So E3, another year done, Ross.
Another year done.
What do you think?
Well, like I say, it felt like a mid-gen E3. Like, here's some games you know are coming. Have another look at them.
To be honest, none of the conferences really stood out for me.
Yeah, I
really.
think Nintendo's was a bit too short to
Too short.
really be a massive thing.
And they just name dropped one thing and everyone lost their mind.
Metroid Prime 4 did it for me.
It would have been nice to see if they had gameplay or anything for it, but it seems like they just thought, when we need something, let's just make a Metroid 4.
As long as they're making it, I'm cool with that.
So
It's happening.
It could take another 5 years. Who knows?
Switch might be dead by then.
Yeah. So yeah,
it was a decent E3. You know, there's loads of games coming out, loads of stuff to play. Stuff looked good.
I mean,
Just no massive megatons other than that one, really.